bunch of offensive rebounds and came into this game knowing that this is the strength of this particular team. And it was a focus of ours to try to keep them off the glass. And we didn't do a good job with that. And they were aggressive. They got to the glass. As a result, they got a lot of second chance opportunities and got a lot of opportunities to go to the free throw line. They shot 51 free throws, which is quite a bit. The other things, we didn't do a great job taking care of the basketball. Those two areas, I think if we do a better job in a really competitive game, it would have been more competitive longer, and we have a better chance to win it. I'm proud of my team in one respect that, you go in the locker room after the game and there was a lot of emotion in there because they do play really hard and they pour their heart into it and they want to win. We've had a tough schedule, but they're young and they don't know any better and they want to win. So I'm proud of that, and we just got to get back to work, continue to get better, and got a ton of challenges ahead.
You weren't able to play with as much pace as you did against Duke. Was that due to Georgetown's transition defense, fatigue on your part, or just the flow of the game?
Well, I think some of it had to do with foul trouble. We had some guys pick up the second foul. We had maybe three guys that had two in the first half, and then we had several guys pick up their third early in the second half. So that affected us to some degree. We scored enough points to win a basketball game. We just gave up too many. So from a pace standpoint, it wasn't as much of a concern. I just think the 20 offensive rebounds is just too much, and 18 turnovers. So that's 38 extra possessions you give your opponent in a game where you're up by, I think we're up 6 at the half. So I think we can mitigate some of that in those two areas.
Coach, you mentioned the foul disparity. Do you have to say anything to your guys at that point, or do you feel like they dealt with accumulating all those fouls pretty well and sending them to the line?
You asking me about the officials?
No, I'm asking you if you had to say anything to your team.
Yeah, we play hard. We got to get better at playing without fouling. It's something we emphasize. We talk a lot about. They were a big team, and so we were hoping that our quickness could sort of neutralize some of that advantage that they had. And they were aggressive. I think, we wound up out of position and not rebounding the ball. And I think a lot of the fouls were connected to those extra possessions and our turnovers. So, yeah.
If you'd like to say anything about the officials, by all means.
No. It's a veteran crew. They did a good job.
In Josh's 4 games this year, I believe he has 2 double-doubles and 2 games where he has not made a single field goal. Do you have a sense yet of who the real Josh Lanier is?
Well, I think this year is a great opportunity for Josh to grow as a player, and I think Josh is capable of doing what he's done, obviously. And the Duke game was more of a byproduct of us trying to play the smaller lineup more often. I haven't played him at the 5 much because we felt like we really had to drive the ball in that game. So I don't think that is like Josh not showing up for the game. He was hurt and didn't play in the opener. So I think the 2 games where he got the double-doubles are more indicative of the approach that he's taken and the productivity he's capable of having. We're not placing that burden on him to have those kind of numbers, but we're encouraged by it.
Coach, this is the toughest stretch of your schedule this year. How does this prepare you going forward the rest of the season?
Well, it's hard for me to look that far ahead right now, I'm just disappointed because I really thought this was a game that we could win. And, listen, when you're a first-year coach and you're trying to instill in your team a culture and some habits and a style, and you want them to buy into it and they're doing it, you want it for them to experience the success of the fact that they're buying into your deal, right? And I really wanted for them to experience that. And when they do, it emboldens them and the culture that we're trying to create, right? It just strengthens everything you're doing. And until we have that success, you're still searching for that, right? And I think if you watch us play, it didn't take a rocket science to see these guys are going to be all right. But I want them to feel that, and it's hard. I think people on the outside looking in have a lot of respect for our team, but our guys don't see it yet because they haven't had enough success yet for it to really resonate with them and for them to really internalize it, right? So until we do, we're going to continue to chase that.
Good time for one more.
Coach, in the second half, what did you think of the impact of number 23 for them, Josh LeBlanc?
Yeah, he was good. He did. He was live and active, and his ability to attack and play inside out. He was a really effective player. I thought Georgetown really impacted the game. His size and what he could do inside was a tough matchup for us. And they're a good team. They're deep and they're still learning. About themselves as well. You could see that, but they did some good things. They give themselves something to build on here tonight too. All right, thanks, guys.